Let's go to a surprise player. Who's the guy who's having a season that just surprises you? And we're going to go with a good surprise. Not like a surprise like, oh, this guy is kind of laying an egg right now.
I never saw DJ Shark becoming like a legit number one receiver. He is good.
Yeah.
Like when he came out, I heard he was very raw. He was just route tree wasn't quite there. Like he was a big physical guy that could make
From
contested.
LSU, right?
Yeah. But I just
they have so much talent down there.
They do.
It is unbelievable how many wide receivers they produce. And then, well, this year LSU's the number one team in the country right now. They got a big ass game next weekend. Probably going to end up at Legends. I'll talk to you about that later. LSU Bama 1 versus 2. And, LSU has a quarterback now, Burrows, who's in the discussion to be the top pick in the draft.
Wow.
And I always say this, man, about college football. There's always some random dude that no one saw coming is going to play himself into the first round, right? Baker Mayfield wasn't a first-round pick at the time that conversation was being had. Last year, Kyler Murray wasn't. Daniel Jones wasn't. Mm-hmm. I don't think Dwayne Haskins was either. A one-year starter, those guys are always very, very suspect. Bill Parcells always.
Wasn't like Will Grier, like a top prospect?
Will Grier, yeah, but he went to Carolina, I think. Okay. Yeah. And then, even him, they spent a fourth-round pick on him, I believe.
Third round, Carolina.
Third or fourth-round pick. And Kyle Allen started over him. So that goes to tell you about Will Grier also. Yeah. So, yeah, I feel you on that one. For me, man, I always liked Dalvin Cook. I always thought he was good. But, if CMC wasn't having the season he's having, we'd be talking about Dalvin Cook the way we're talking about McCaffrey.
He's still a superstar to me.
Yeah.
Dalvin Cook's just what he did against Washington. Not just Washington, just what he's been doing this whole season. When he gets in the open field, good luck trying to bring him down. Whether he's either a lower shoulder or juke. Him and Chris Carson, my favorite running backs to watch right now because they could break tackles in multiple ways. They're not one dimensional at all.
And both had crazy injuries in their careers already,
Absolutely,
man.
Yeah.
I think Chris Carson either tore his fibula. It was something very significant. I remember because I was a big fan of Chris Carson, and then they drafted Penny. I've been very outspoken on that. I don't want to tire people out with that. And then with Dalvin Cook, he was having a usage rate similar to Le'Veon Bell and David Johnson, that 2017 monster year where pretty much from a daily fantasy perspective, it was yeah, you know what? Put those two guys in your lineup. They're going to give you 60 points and just figure out the rest. They were so good and so dominant and dominating so much of the touches in the backfield that you had to play up. And Dalvin Cook, early on as a rookie, was having that kind of impact. And then he tore his ACL. And then last year, it was hard for him. Everyone, man, shout out to AP. He's also ruined it for a lot of guys where people think that, oh, you're going to come back and just have monster seasons like AP. Sometimes it takes a while. Even Jordy Nelson, his first year after a torn ACL, not as good. His second year, fully recovered, that's when he had the big boom. So Dalvin Cook, I think, would be a surprise. I always knew how good he was, but I just think that right now if McCaffrey's 1A, he's 1B as far as who the most dominant running backs are in the game right now.
Yeah, absolutely.